If you're looking for something new to watch, don't worry. Prime Video has you covered. This has been a great month on the platform as they have recently added a bunch of excellent movies to their catalog. In this video, we are going to highlight the 13 best and most underrated movies that were just added. We'll be starting our rankings from the less exciting films and counting down to the best new movie on Prime Video you need to check out. Stick around to see the film that we are most excited about at number 1. Let's dive into our list, starting with number 13, If I Stay. The critics weren't too enthusiastic about If I Stay when it first released in 2014, but that's what makes it underrated. After all, the film just released on Prime Video on February 11th, and we think it is a heartfelt watch that is perfect for passing the time. The film covers the story of high schooler Mia Hall, who ends up in a coma after a bad car accident. While in the coma, she has an out-of-body experience that allows her the decision to wake up and live a completely different life than she planned on before. If I Stay provides a combination of drama and fantasy elements that hits us in the emotions and provides elements that are sad and beautiful all at the same time. Next on our list is some animated fun. Number 12, Paws of Fury. Paws of Fury just hit Prime Video on February 3rd. Originally released in 2022, this movie is an excellent and entertaining watch, especially if you are looking for some family fun. The animation and storyline in the film itself is cute, but the voice acting alone should be enough to convince you to take the time to watch this animated action comedy. Paws of Fury features the talents of Michael Cera, Samuel L. Jackson, Ricky Gervais, Michelle Yeoh, Mel Brooks, and George Takei. The list really feels like it doesn't end. The film follows the story of Hank, a lovable dog voiced by Cera, who dreams of becoming a samurai and sets off on a journey to chase his dream, ending up in a town full of cats. This one was underrated by many, as the film was downright fun, no matter what your age. Let's keep the list moving, with number 11, The Breadwinner. We promise that this is the last animated film on our list. It is also one of the most unique. The Breadwinner is an animated drama that was released in 2017 and added to Prime Video on February 1st. The story follows Parvana, an 11-year-old girl living in 2001 Afghanistan, under the rule of the Taliban. After her father is wrongfully arrested, Parvana cuts her hair and disguises herself as a boy to work and provide for her family. Using the power of animation, the storytelling is extremely powerful in this one, covering a very sobering reality in an incredibly artistic manner. The Breadwinner was loved by critics but didn't reach wide audiences, so now is your chance to watch. You won't regret it. Let's move into the rest of our list. Turning to number 10, Crank. Just released on Prime Video on February 9th. Crank is excellent if you like 2000s action films. Originally released in 2006, Crank follows a hitman who loses his target and ends up getting poisoned. He learns that he only has an hour to live, unless he is able to keep his adrenaline levels up. The premise of this one alone is interesting enough, but the action will keep you hooked. Especially since the film stars action icon Jason Statham, so you know you can expect top-tier stunts and action sequences that will put you on the edge of your seat. Let's spice up the action a bit for the next movie on our list. Number 9, Halloween Ends. This one is for all the big horror fans out there. Originally released in 2022, Halloween Ends hit Prime Video on February 14th. Halloween Ends is an intense horror film, following up to Halloween Kills and wrapping up the trilogy of the Halloween saga. The movie follows the story of Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, who tries to return to normal life after 4 years without a sighting of Michael Myers. She tries to find closure, but when a murder happens in her town, she is forced to embrace the fear that is still living inside her. Not all critics were kind to this one, but there was still plenty to appreciate, with its ability to provide an intense psychological thriller on top of classic horror elements. February was a good month for horror on Prime Video, as Halloween Ends is far from the last horror thriller on our list. But first, let's turn to the next movie on our list. Number 8, Beast. Released in 2022, this action-adventure drama tells the story of a father and his 2 daughters, who end up hunted by a terrifying lion in the Savannah Desert. The movie has a ton of dramatic moments, as we root for our family of 3 to escape the lion that is intent on killing them. All of the action in this one will leave you jumping in your seat and not knowing what is coming next. The adrenaline rush alone is reason enough to watch this one. But Idris Elba in the starring role is a big reason to stay. Let's keep it going, as we're already at number 7 on our list. Number 7, A Simple Favor. A Simple Favor is a captivating thriller with a humorous twist, based on the 2017 novel by Darcy Bell. This one just released on Prime Video on February 19th, and it is worth it to include on your what to watch list. Released in 2018, A Simple Favor features a little bit of everything, officially classified as a black comedy crime thriller. The movie follows Stephanie, a single mother who runs a parenting vlog. She becomes friends with an upper-class mother at her daughter's school named Emily. However, Emily goes missing, and Stephanie is the one to investigate, discovering unsettling secrets along the way. The film stars Anna Kendrick as blogger Stephanie Smothers and Blake Lively as Emily. Their performances help carry the film, keeping us invested from start to finish, but the suspenseful direction and the dark comedy elements top off the entertainment. The uniqueness of the movie makes it by far a great addition to your must-watch list. Let's keep it moving with the next underrated movie on our list. Number 6, 3000 Years of Longing. If you like romance and/or fantasy, this one is for you. Just released on Prime Video as of February 17th, film 3000 Years of Longing is a fantasy, romance, and drama that follows Althea, a lonely scholar who travels to Istanbul. While in Istanbul, Althea discovers a genie named Jinn, who grants her 3 wishes and asks only for his freedom in return. She ends up making a wish that comes as a surprise to both of them. Some have likened this movie to an Aladdin for adults. Althea is played by Tilda Swinton, and Jinn is played by Idris Elba, and both bring impressive energy to their roles. Ultimately, this one is the full package, as it is made even more interesting by its captivating visuals, beautiful musicality, and unique themes. Now let's dig into the best of the best, as we turn to our top 5 most underrated movies just released on Prime Video. Number 5, Vengeance. Released in 2022, Vengeance just hit Prime Video as of January 17th. Vengeance is a ridiculously entertaining blend of comedy, mystery, and thriller, following the story of a writer who finds out a girl who he had a one-night stand with has died. When he finds out, he is convinced to fly all the way to Texas to her funeral. At the funeral, he connects with the woman's brother, who is dedicated to finding the killer and seeking vengeance. The cast in this one really puts things over the top, as it stars B.J. Novak, who also wrote and directed the film, alongside the talents of actors like Ashton Kutcher, Issa Rae, and Dove Cameron. The storyline of the film is creative enough and executed well enough to keep us invested. The film also features plenty of interesting dialogue that makes us think a little bit, giving us a little of everything. Let's dive further into our top 5, turning to a film that is sure to get your heart racing. Number 4, Orphan First Kill. Originally released in 2022, Orphan First Kill just came to Prime Video on January 31st, and it has all of the chilling intensity you could ask for from a horror film. First Kill is the follow-up to the massively successful and equally terrifying Orphan film from 2009. This new movie provides a prequel to the previous film, showing us how Esther made her way out of a psychiatric facility in Estonia and traveled to America. This prequel will keep you on your toes, as it has the strong elements of a psychological thriller and several well-implemented plot twists. The film was underappreciated by critics because it isn't so much a slasher film, but it is still very much a horror film that serves as a strong follow-up to the original film. And now for our top 3 best and most underrated movies just released on Prime Video, starting with Number 3, Brian and Charles. Added to Prime Video on February 7th, Brian and Charles is easily one of the better movies added to the platform this past month. Brian and Charles is everything you could hope for from an entertaining comedy, and is the definition of underrated. The story follows Brian, who is overcome by his depression during an intense winter. Since he is isolated and has no one to talk to, he ends up building a robot that learns English. And the story is humorous and heartwarming, and it does a great job of mixing in elements that are both silly and serious at times. And it features a wide range of heartfelt themes with strong, genuine emotion, like friendship, family, love, and loss. With that, we are all the way down to the second must-watch movie on Prime Video right now. Number 2, Somebody I Used to Know. Released on February 10th, Somebody I Used to Know is a strong but underrated film that is well worth the watch. The story follows a workaholic named Ally, played by Alison Brie, as she takes a trip back to her hometown after a disappointing setback in her career. When she does, she reconnects with her former love, Sean. However, he is getting married to another woman, who happens to remind Ally of her former self. She falls into a complicated love triangle. The film was co-written by Brie and her husband Dave Franco, who also takes the director role in this one. Audiences appreciated that this film was more than just another rom-com, turning up the funny to a new level and maintaining a unique voice. Audiences and critics also praised Alison Brie for her incredible comedic performance. Definitely make time to watch this one. Finally, for our number 1, must-see underrated film on Prime Video. Number 1, Smile. If you're not in the right circles, there is a good chance that you missed hearing about this one. 2022 film Smile just released on Prime Video as of February 21st, and you can't miss it, especially if you love thrillers. Smile follows the story of Dr. Rose Cotter, played by Sosie Bacon, who witnesses a traumatic incident with a patient and begins experiencing her own frightening events. Smile does an excellent job of using horror elements from beloved films while still making its own name in the genre. Audiences loved Sosie Bacon's performance in this one, as she really makes the fear jump off of the screen. The deeper message behind experiencing survivor's guilt mixed with the genuinely chilling scenes give us a ton to appreciate. All in all, you need to have this one on your watch list. So there you have it, the top 13 best and most underrated movies released on Prime Video over the past month. Have you seen any of the films on our list? Which ones do you want to check out? Let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, so we can continue to update you on all of the best films and TV series available to stream right now. We'll make sure you never run out of things to watch. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next video.